Cruise news, some passengers were viciously attacked by a man with a knife while at port. I'm going to get you the details. Plus, Carnival is launching something completely new on their ships, and multiple policies and rules are going into effect that you need to be aware of. Loads going on in the cruise industry, and I'm going to get you fully up to speed fast, coming up. Welcome to the Travel Scouts. My name is Jason. We are your cruise information channel. We get you the cruise news and information you're looking for quickly without wasting your time. So if you love cruising, consider subscribing. Let's go ahead and kick things off with number one. Royal Caribbean has revived their plans for a new private destination in Vanuatu. Vanuatu is a multi-island nation in the South Pacific off the northeast coast of Australia. Back in 2019, Royal Caribbean announced plans to develop a private destination on one of their islands. However, when the pandemic hit back in 2020, all mention of the project stopped. That is, until this past week. Royal Caribbean Group CEO is making comments about their other developments, and he included Vanuatu. He said, quote, "We're going to have the World Beach Clubs, one in Nassau, we're going to have one in Cozumel, as well as in Vanuatu." Not much else was said, but it did tip their hand that a Vanuatu development was back in their plans. We'll let you know when we receive more information. Then number two, Carnival Cruise Line is launching a new addition to their ships called 𝗥𝗄𝗄𝗏 the Duck. While some cruise lines like Disney prohibited the hiding of cruise ducks, Carnival is fully embracing the practice. So much so that they have developed a new mascot of sorts. Here is a picture of 𝗥𝗄𝗄𝗏 the Duck taken on the Carnival Jubilee cruise ship. According to Cruise Line brand ambassador John Hill, 𝗥𝗄𝗄𝗏 will be coming soon to the rest of the Carnival fleet. Moving on to number three, I have a hurricane season update. A hurricane is expected to form in the Caribbean and move into the Gulf of Mexico. For today and tomorrow, there will be cruise disruptions for both Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. By Wednesday morning, the weather system is expected to be at hurricane strength. And at that time, the storm will be in a position where it could also disrupt cruises that are transiting to and from the Western Caribbean. On Wednesday and Thursday, the storm will be passing through the route most cruise ships take for that transit. Now, cruise ships will take measures to stay clear of the storm. But there could be some altered itineraries, and of course, most important, let's definitely pray for the locations that could be impacted. Next, for those of us that fly to and from our cruise embarkation port, number four, the Department of Transportation has implemented new rules regarding refunds that are now fully in effect. It is good information to know if you are flying, so here is a quick rundown of the two most important changes. First, if your flight is delayed by more than 3 hours for a domestic flight or 6 hours for an international flight, you are now entitled to a full refund if you desire it. And second, if your baggage is mishandled and does not arrive with your flight, you are now entitled to a refund of the checked bag fee if it does not arrive within 12 hours for a domestic flight or 15 to 30 hours for an international flight, depending on the flight time. Then number five, AARP has reduced its discount on Carnival Cruise Line gift cards. The discount has been moved from 10% to 8%, so here's what that will look like when you make a purchase. A $100 gift card will cost you $92, saving you $8. With a $250 card, you can save $20, and with a $500 gift card, you can save $40. So for those that are not aware, a lot of cruisers will buy gift cards up to the amount that they know they're going to be spending in order to get a little savings. Many use AARP for that. Anyone 18 years or older can get an AARP membership. The cost is currently $16 per year, so it pays for itself very easily. AARP also sells Holland America gift cards at an 8% discount, and they offer Royal Caribbean and Celebrity gift cards at a 10% discount. One other important change to be aware of is that they will now limit each person to a max of 5 gift cards per month. Previously, you could purchase 25 per month. Okay, I've got more cruise news pieces remaining, including the top headlines of the day, but now it is time for our fast mid-show check-in. In the last video, I asked how likely you would be to book a 3, 4, or 5 night cruise. I received input from about 5,000 of you, and here are the results. 44% of you said that you would be very likely to book that 3, 4, or 5 night cruise. Meanwhile, the majority, 56%, said that you would not be likely at all. Thanks for your input and all of the great comments. Here is today's question. Thinking about the discounted gift card story, my question for today is this. Have you ever purchased a discounted gift card in order to save a little money on your cruise? Chime in down below with A for yes or B for no. And if you have any tips on that, would love to have those as well. But now, on with the cruise news. Number 6, a swarm of bees paid a visit to a Carnival cruise ship. While the 𝗏𝗏𝗃 cruise ship was docked in Cozumel, Mexico, a swarm of bees decided to board the ship and establish a nest on a lounge chair on the Lido deck. The whole situation caused a bit of a stir on the ship, however, thankfully no one was harmed and the bees were able to be safely removed. Then number 7, the Regal Princess has encountered a lot of issues, but it is now set to sail again. The Regal Princess encountered maintenance issues causing its last 2 cruises to be canceled. Initially, Princess was providing impacted guests with a 25% future cruise credit. However, after cruisers expressed frustration with that low amount, Princess decided to double that to 50%. And Princess also announced that repairs are going well. The November 10th voyage is expected to embark as planned. Moving on to number 8, Royal Caribbean has announced a policy change regarding how long a cruise can be held without making a deposit. The courtesy hold period allows a cabin to be held while a cruiser is making their final decision. This is something that a travel agent will often do for a client. Here are the new guidelines for courtesy holds with Royal Caribbean. If the sail date is less than 30 days out, a cabin hold is not an option. If it's 31 to 45 days out, you can hold a cabin for 1 day. If 46 to 90 days out, you get 2 days. And 91 or more days out, you get 5 days. Royal Caribbean also highlighted that hold extensions are no longer available. Next, number 9, multiple cruise ships canceled their visits to Valencia, Spain as deadly floods ravaged the area. Valencia is a popular port on the east coast of Spain. This past week, they received what is usually an entire year's worth of rain in only 8 hours. The flooding that ensued resulted in the deaths of more than 200 people. Many cruises that were supposed to stop there ended up canceling. This included Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, MSC, and others. So very, very sad. Definitely prayers for all involved. And for those that may have cruises scheduled to go to Valencia, there could still be some more itinerary changes over the next week. Then number 10, a cruise family from Australia was attacked by a man with a large knife. They were passengers on the P&O Encounter cruise ship. The incident occurred during their port call in 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏, Papua New Guinea. The mother got off the ship with their 2 teenage children. They wanted to explore and shop at the Page Park Market. They weren't doing anything unsafe, they were in a public area and they were walking with other tourists. However, as they were walking, a man jumped out with a large knife and he cut the backpack off their 16-year-old daughter. He then took a swing at her with the knife, but she jumped back and he missed. The mother turned to see what was going on and he sliced her hand with the knife. Locals began yelling and thankfully he ran away. The family was loaded into a van and they were rushed back to the ship. The mom received stitches and the teenagers received counseling. The family praised P&O for their actions, but they wanted to warn other vacation goers that, quote, "These ports are not as safe as we have been led to believe." Have you ever been to Papua New Guinea? That is a place that we have not visited yet. If you have, would love to know more down in the comments. But hey, subscribe and turn the notification bell on to stay up to date with the latest cruise news and information. Next video, it'll be coming out soon, but until then, keep on cruising and we'll catch you in the next video.